Do you have neuropathy? And are you at the point where you're feeling numbness? Numbness in your hands and your feet? Numbness to the point where you don't feel sensations. Like if someone were to use a pin, a little needle to prick your fingertips, you would not feel it. That numbness, I'm talking about severe numbness. If you are to that point, then that means that your nerves are actually dead. That's why you can't feel anything. Nerves allow us to feel pain. So in this situation, you want to feel pain. When you started having the neuropathy, you probably felt some pain, pins and needles and tingling. Those are actually great sensations because they tell you your nerves are still alive. When you don't feel anything, when someone touches your fingers or when you touch your feet, touch the cold tile floor and you can't feel that it's cold, that is a severe situation. Your nerves are dead and are dying. That is a critical situation. That is like the end stage of neuropathy. And if you don't do something about it, it could get to your whole foot. It could go up your leg. It can go up your arm. That's when it's even worse, right? But if you have those, you're in luck. Stay on this video because neuropathy is something my team and I have treated, and we are known for getting phenomenal results for neuropathy. In fact, I was invited onto a medical advisory committee for neuropathy, and they invited all the top neurologists in our city in Austin, Texas. I was the only acupuncturist invited to be on that medical advisory committee. And that reason is because I got great results. My team gets phenomenal results when it comes to neuropathy. Now, if you have the numbness, some of it is reversible. If you've had it for 10 years, if you've had the numbness for 10 years, most likely, at least in our experience, our clinical experience, you're not going to be able to reverse it. Okay. If you've watched my other videos, medications can't reverse it. But with my QRA, quick restorative acupuncture, and the herbs that I'm about to share with you, there is a chance. So that's what I want to go over today. What are the top herbs that my clinic, my team, we use in order to help your nerves regrow? Right. But before I get into the herbs, I want to give you a disclaimer. Otherwise, Google or YouTube will shut my channel down. I am not a physician. I am not trained to prescribe medication, to do surgery. I'm not trained to do emergency medicine, acute medicine. Okay. What I was trained in is restorative medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, Chinese herbs, nutrition, lifestyle. And what I created, something called restorative longevity care. And that's basically helping your body restore its God-given ability to heal itself so that it can continue to heal itself even without us. Okay, let's dive into the dashboard. So today I'm going to go over the top 12 herbs that we use to help people nourish their nerves and help them restore that nerve growth function and reverse some of the numbness that you may be feeling. Now, are these the only herbs that we use? No, we use tons of herbs, different types of TCM herbs, okay? These are just the top ones that also have random clinical trials where there's been research done on these herbs. That's the ones I'm showing you. But do we use many other herbs don't have that random clinical trials? Absolutely, okay? Just because an herb is not tested doesn't mean it's not effective. It's actually, what I mean by it hasn't been tested in the laboratory in the US, but it's been tested everywhere in Asia and Europe. It's been tested for 3,000 years, but I'm only going to go for the 12. And you can see at the top, you can click on this nifty little dashboard. And by the way, if you want access to this dashboard, just comment below dashboard, okay? Put dashboard and my team will provide the link to get to this, okay? So you can see strong evidence, which herbs have strong evidence, which ones are more circulatory, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, nerve support. You can sort through those. I'm going to go through just the basics. I'm not going to read everything. You can read it when you get access to this. So Huangqi, Astragalus. This is a good one. It can help you with the numbness. All these herbs are to specifically address neuropathy numbness. Okay, there's herbs that address the pain, tingling, and pins and needles, but these specifically are really effective in treating numbness. Now, also, I want to share with you, in our clinic, our team, we never prescribe one of these herbs by themselves. Never. Okay. Never, because herbs do have side effects. They're not as severe as medications. Medications have more severe side effects than herbs because herbs are grown from the ground, from Mother Nature. But they still have some side effects. And if you prescribe one herb by itself, you may get that side effect. I have discovered and created a recipe, a secret recipe, where we combine 30 to 40 herbs together so that you only get the benefit of the herbs and not the side effects. Yes, my team prescribes 30 to 40 herbs for every patient. That's my secret recipe to make Chinese or TCM herbs safe. So come back to Astragalus. Astragalus was known for actually immune system. It can boost your immune system, but it can also move blood to your extremities, right? And that's why it's very good for reversing numbness. You can see supports myelin regeneration, right? So myelin, what is myelin? Myelin is called this myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is like a hot dog bun, right? Nerves, if you imagine nerves are like hot dogs, they need a bun around it to conduct electricity faster or to send messages faster. When your nerve loses its hot dog bun, aka the myelin sheath, that's when you have these short circuiting. You'll have these shocks. You'll be like, oh, ah. Suddenly you're just sitting there and then suddenly you just get this tap, right? That's most likely your myelin sheath is your hot dog bun is gone or it's shriveled up, okay? It's soaked. You ever soak your hot dog bun in water? It shrinks up, okay? That's what happens with your myelin sheath, and then it affects your nerve conduction. But astragalus, it's very good for myelin regeneration. Dangui, angelica, these are well-known herbs, improves microcirculation, super important. The peripheral nerves, they are not located near big arteries, big veins. They are these little fingertips, they're micro vessels. So there's no medication that can increase microcirculation. So, but TCM herbs, there are many herbs like angelica, dangui. It can vasodilate, open up these little tiny capillaries to bring oxygen and nutrition to your nerves. Next one, salvia, Danshen, that's another one. It can improve microcirculation. It protects peripheral nerves from lack of oxygen. Ischemic is lack of oxygen damage. The number one nutrient your nerves need and every cell needs is oxygen. Oxygen is only delivered through the blood. So microcirculation is super important. Next one, baisao, white peony. So it decreases neuroinflammation. Okay, let's go. Chuanxiong, ligusticum, enhances microvascular perfusion. So again, it can flood the tips of your fingers and your toes with blood and oxygen. Next one, jixueteng, is another microcirculation. Are you getting the picture? You see, with TCM herbs, the ones that can increase microcirculation, those are the ones that can help your nerves regrow and reverse your numbness. Because this is just very simple. You know, Western medicine likes to complicate things. They have to do all these little tests to complicate things. I'm not saying those tests are not needed, okay? You need a nerve conduction test, and maybe sometimes you need a nerve biopsy, but they make it too complicated. Nerve regeneration, very simple. What does your nerves need in order to grow? They need food. What is their number one food? Oxygen. Yes, it needs vitamin Bs and all that stuff, but what's the number one nutrient it needs? Oxygen. Okay, so if it needs oxygen, then you got to think about, okay, so what carries oxygen to my nerves? Blood. So if oxygen helps my nerves grow and blood carries my oxygen, then wouldn't it make sense if I can just increase my blood circulation to these peripheral nerves, and that will bring more oxygen to my nerves so that they can eat and regrow? Pretty simple, right? Well, that's how I do things. That's how my team does things. Not all acupuncture clinics do it this way, okay? Okay, so jixueteng is another one, microcirculation, extremity, phenomenal for peripheral circulation. Fuzi this is a toxic herb. You got to be careful. I'm not telling you to go buy them yourselves and take them yourselves. Especially this one, aconitum, it is toxic. If you don't know how to use it, don't use it. And if your acupuncturist does not have clinical experience, I'm not talking about education. People can get educated and not know what to do. I'm talking about real life experience treating patients. lots of patients. Most acupuncturists treat maybe 30 patients a week. Our team treats 30 patients a day. Okay. So you can see the difference. So you need to make sure that they have treated patients with this herb. Otherwise, don't use this herb. But it modulates nerve excitability. Quai, this is also another warming one. It's a cinnamon, it's cassia. Okay, it's a bark of a cinnamon. Think about it. Hot weather, what does it do? Well, look at your tire in your car. When it's hot outside, air moves, air expands, because that's what heat does. Warmth invigorates, cold stagnates. A lot of people who have neuropathy, their hands and feet are freezing cold. So if you warm them up, guess what? That increases blood circulation, right? So simple. Just do things to increase your blood circulation, all right? Next one, glycyrrhiza. It's called 甘草. This modulates inflammation. It's actually very good to combine with this aconitum to neutralize this toxicity of aconitum. Okay. And the next one everybody knows is very popular. It's curcumin, jianghuang. It's very good for decreasing inflammation. Not so much for microcirculation, more for inflammation. Next one, coptis, which is huanglian, is best berberine source in TCM herbs. Helps with insulin sensitivity, reducing blood sugar. It lowers oxidative stress in Schwann cells. Schwann cells are the cells that produce your hot dog bun over your nerves, which is called the myelin sheath. Myelin sheath are made by Schwann cells, your hot dog buns. It improves sensory nerve conduction. So this huanglian can also improve the conduction of your nerves. Your brain can talk to the nerves in your hands and feet. The reason why your body's not moving blood to your hands and feet is because your brain has lost connection with your hands and feet. That means, in scientific terms, it means your sensory nerve conduction is bad. Huanglian can help you reverse that. Guggen Pereira. This one improves endothelial function and peripheral nerve supply, right? So again, these are the 12 herbs. You can read through them. These are the ones that have been clinically studied. Again, we use a lot more than these 12 herbs. Remember, we use 30 to 40 herbs per patient every time without fail. 30 to 40, sometimes even 60, because my secret recipe is combining. The combination of herbs is the secret to making TCM herbs give you all the benefit without all the side effects. How cool is that?